The Sounds of Science, I think, is a really exciting project because it brings together so many facets of performance and music in a really fun way to really convey some of the most pressing issues, I guess, that are facing the planet today. Things like climate change and things like food security.
Dean Hohner and Kevin Pearce have produced this quite wonderful family science album, which is a combination of my favourite music style, which is electropop, and science. And then we also have 3D animations which have been produced by Human, which then play with the music to help give it a more visual and graphic description of some of the science that they're talking about during the songs.
I think what we want it to be is kind of like a Kraftwerk meets How kind of experience for those that are old enough to remember How, the science TV programmes for kids in the 70s.
This show does involve lots of fire, and there's a bit of a stereotype of the mad chemist who enjoys fire, but you know, I really do quite like setting things on fire. It's a good hobby. I also like to understand how families respond to science. And if you inspire family groups together in something called the science capital concept, it means that you're getting the entire family working together to just understand the joy of science and the wonder of research.
The audience can expect explosions, they can expect fireworks, and they can expect big bangs. That's all part of the theatre, but there's a serious message behind those experiments that help explain the story that underpins the sounds of science. Some of the things that we're going to be looking at in particular are global issues such as things like climate change and global warming. But what I don't want this to be is to be a gloom and doom scenario. And I think what the Sounds of Science does is explore some of the really exciting work that we've done here at Sheffield and explain why the science we're doing is important and how it's going to contribute to making the world a better place.
A lot of what happens in the lab is a bit mysterious maybe to people who don't work in laboratories. So what we want to do is take what we do and get it out there in the public eye. Underlying that, we want to be able to show that science is a creative subject too. I was inspired into a scientific career by a demonstration lecture, so I've always been involved in demonstration lectures myself. And promoting STEM careers is a big personal driver of mine. So I like to be involved where I can in paying that forward and inspiring the next generation to become the scientists of the future.
Thank you so much.
For the live audience, the parents will enjoy it and will sort of blow the kids' minds really, because there's going to be a live band, which many of them might not have seen. There's going to be 3D visuals and there's going to be live experiments. If you can inspire some of the children, you know, to get interested in these topics, then it's all been worth it, you know. I think Festival of the Mind is a really valuable idea. Bringing together musicians, artists with academics and scientists, I think is pretty unique.
I can't begin to infuse more about how important public engagement is, but I also feel as a scientist, much of my work is public funded. I have a responsibility to go out there and communicate my science to the widest audience possible.
You have just experienced the sound of science.